guys, my name is Tess. What's up? Welcome back to my channel. So I thought I'd put together just a really easy to watch little video with some of my biggest skin tips. I think there's so much information out there, so I wanted to just compound a few that I find myself repeating a lot, so I hope it helps. Please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and let's go ahead and get into the video. The first tip I want to highlight is the importance of a good cleanser. I think it's really important you're not choosing something that's too alkaline, which is going to leave the skin feeling really dry or tight. I prefer professional grade products and a cleanser that is pH balanced. It has, the right quality ingredients and the right percentage of actives. The skin should feel hydrated and clean after you use it. You should be able to tolerate using it up to 3 times a day. Maybe you're double cleansing, maybe you're working out. The most important thing is that you're not compromising your barrier and you're choosing the right cleanser for you. The next most important aspect of a cleanse is ensuring you're spending at least 60 seconds and you're really focusing on areas that often get neglected. For example, I see a lot of clients with congestion around the jawline. This is where, as females, we are more prone to oil production and congestion. So you want to make sure you are really focusing on every area of the face. For this reason, I really like a cleansing device to ensure you're spending enough time and that oscillation of the bristles, ensure you're really getting under the fine facial hair. The next thing that I think is so crucial to skin health to be using in your routine is a good vitamin C. So vitamin C, it's a crucial ingredient. It supports collagen synthesis and it's able to neutralize free radicals from pollution. It's also able to absorb those UVA rays, so the aging rays, and it's just so important to building strong skin and even reducing that vascularity and our tendency to flush and get really red. So if you are on the sensitive side, I would recommend magnesium ascorbyl phosphate. It is going to be just as effective as one of the main types of vitamin C, which is L-ascorbic acid. However, the first is a little bit better for more sensitive, rosacea prone or acne prone skin types because it is a little bit more gentle and buffered. What a lot of people don't realize is vitamin C does produce a little bit of exfoliation, and in doing so it can trigger inflammation. So magnesium ascorbyl phosphate is going to be more of a slow release process, so it will leave you less prone to sensitivity. One thing that's really important to know is over-the-counter formulations of vitamin C do not penetrate as deeply to neutralize the free radicals and offset some of that UVA damage as a lot of professional grade or medical grade vitamin C. So for that reason, I really think you get what you pay for and you're better off investing in a professional grade vitamin C. It also tends to be somewhat of an unstable ingredient. So for that reason, I think it's really important to choose wisely with your vitamin C. The next thing I want to talk about is something I think all of us could do a little bit better on, and I think that is the importance of simplifying your routine. I feel like if I asked you what is in your medicine cabinet, what skincare products do you own, what do you use, and why do you use them, make sure that you could answer that question. I think a really good routine doesn't have to be 10 to 20 products at all. And a lot of times I think when people say I'm a skincare junkie, it's almost like a little humble brag. And people are just proud of having so many different skincare products and really loving skincare, and I think that's amazing. But I think you have to be really choosy, and most times I see a simpler routine tend to reflect, intention and have the core ingredients that you need. You really don't need a ton of ingredients to have really good, strong, healthy skin. It's just a matter of knowing what you need and choosing the right ones. This video it just wouldn't be right without mentioning retinol. I think right now it is such a big buzzword, but it's been around for so long. Retinol tends to be the gold standard in both anti-aging and acne. It is so effective at increasing that cell turnover. So Of course, you want to choose the right percentage for your skin. You might notice a little bit of irritation and dryness when you start using retinol. So I think it's important to ease into the routine, but it is so important in terms of combating fine lines and anti-aging, and also really helping to shed some of those dead skin cells and keep the pores really clean, minimizes oil production. So it is a really important product, I think, is important to use. And a question I get a lot of times is when to start using it. About age 25 is when our collagen production slows down. So that tends to be the time I would recommend start using a retinol. Going off of the idea of simplifying your routine and really knowing what is in the routine and having your core products, I think it's really valuable to go see a good esthetician, somebody with a good reputation, a good spa, and get on a program. I feel like a lot of people end up getting nowhere, making no progress, and can even make things worse when they're kind of self-diagnosing or just going into Sephora or different department stores or even the drugstore and just trying to piece a bunch of things together. I think a lot of times you can do fine choosing different products from different lines, and you can have a good comprehensive routine, but the formulations may not necessarily be formulated to work super well together. I think when you start picking up different things and you're using so many things, sometimes when there's a problem, it's hard to know exactly what the problem is, and I have totally been guilty of this myself. And now with so many companies having, you know, acids and retinols and different actives out there, I think it can get really tricky, again, to know what is exactly working for you. So I would say before you go out and start investing in a big skincare line and buying things that you see influencers use or that your friends say have worked for them, I would recommend just getting a facial. And so much of the knowledge you can get in that facial is so important to not only the short term, but the long term. So learning about your skin, learning about your skin type, you can ask questions, and your esthetician will probably be more than happy to recommend a core product routine that you can get started on. I think the misconception is doing that is super expensive, and professional grade products are way too expensive compared to drugstore products, when the reality is you are going to get so much higher quality ingredients. You are investing in products that have research and have to be proven to have an effect on the skin, and you're getting really concentrated products that you don't need a lot of for them to be effective. So I think investing in, you know, 3 to 5 professional grade products is going to take you so much farther than buying 10 different things at the drugstore that just don't work for you. So that would be my recommendation. Go see a professional and get on a program. And having things laid out for you and having intentional products is just so key to having success in anything in life. You always need a program. So for that reason, I think there's nobody better to go ask than an esthetician who really specializes in product knowledge and ingredients and who wants to help you reach your skin goals. The next thing I want to talk about is hydration. I think hydration is so misunderstood a lot of times by consumers, and I think people think a really hydrating product means a rich cream, when in fact hydration really means water. And I think people confuse that with nourishment, which means oil. So I see a lot of people overusing oils in the routine in an attempt to hydrate the skin. Oils, I think, can have an important place in a skincare routine, especially if you are dry. You may be able to use them a little bit more frequently, but oil should be used as an occlusive to kind of top off the skincare routine. It should be the final step, and what it does, it seals in all those good ingredients. It locks in that water, but it's not going to deliver on its own water to the skin. So just keep that in mind. You may not necessarily need oils in the routine if you are super acne prone, you may be better off with something that's really rich in humectants, and that is going to bind moisture to the skin. But everyone does need hydration. Everyone needs water, whether you are sensitive, whether you are oily, whether you're acne prone. So just keeping in mind that those water binding ingredients are super crucial for your skin health and that they're different from oils is key. The last thing I wanted to hit home on is the importance of nutrition. So it's slowly been proved that both dairy and sugar can really have an effect on the skin. So I think just keeping that in mind, if you are having breakouts, it might benefit you to just at least try 2 weeks totally cutting out the dairy or meat products that have added hormones in them. It is the hormones in the dairy that can really increase the oil production and lead to more breakouts. Sugar tends to be a big problem in terms of inflammation, and that does include alcohol, unfortunately. But I see a lot of people breaking out from things like wine and cheese and milk and cream in their coffee. So it's just something to consider, and definitely realize that inflammation is the trigger for a lot of skin issues. So your skin, as the body's biggest organ, it reflects what you put into it. So just keeping that in mind, that a healthy diet reflects in the skin, I think is really key. And it may be beneficial to take a food sensitivity test if you are totally breaking out and you're not sure what could be the culprit. If you're having issues with digestion, again, dairy does have an effect on the hormones and it tends to slow digestion. So all of those things linked together can be an issue. Probiotics, things like magnesium, those can also be really helpful for digestion. Okay guys, those are just a few skin tips. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked this video, if at least one tip was helpful, please give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. I've been feeling so down.